going on, Jerome's? So the conference title games are in the books, and the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers have advanced to the Super Bowl. The Ravens gave it away. The Lions certainly gave it away. But we got 10 truths on this beautiful Monday, the morning after. Number one, Mahomes is undeniable. Now, I know that Mahomes will get hate and all that stuff. I mean, he is the modern day Tom Brady, but he gets it done. And I felt, well, first off, number two, Kansas City defense was the difference. Where, yes, the defense put that game away, but Mahomes right away going out, putting up 17 crooked numbers on the board against the number one defense in the league, just jamming it right down the face of Mike McDonald's crew. Was impressive, man. And you knew that play on 3rd and 5 where he scrambled around and evaded like 17 tackles, had like 9 seconds, just threw up a little like 9-iron wedge chip shot, and then Kelsey just magically came down with it. You knew that it was over that day. I feel like all of the oxygen just got sucked out of that stadium, even though it's an open air stadium. Just like the entire crowd was just like, man, it's rough, but. Yeah, fourth Super Bowl in 5 seasons, has a chance to win 3 Super Bowl rings in 6 years as a starter. It's impressive, man. It's absolutely insane, and it seems like he's doing it and getting better. And it seems like it's Tom Brady before Tom Brady got Randy Moss, because I mean, yeah, Kelsey is there, but Kelsey is starting to fade, even though he's had some big time games in the playoffs. But I mean, who's his wide receiver one? Rashee Rice is nice, except Rice would be a better wide receiver too. And who else he got? MVS catching the game-sealing ball. Get out of here. So, again, I keep saying this. I don't want this to happen. I don't think the Vikings will make this deal either. But what is stopping the Chiefs from offering 3 first-round picks, because they'll be drafting at the back end of the first round anyway, 3 first-round picks and some change for Justin Jefferson? And could you imagine Mahomes and JJ together for a decade? Insane, man. But the Kansas City defense was the difference. Where Steve Spagnuolo, by the way, I feel like, so there's NFL Films clips with Spags breaking down concepts like, cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, and it's really good. It's really informative. He's a teacher, and he's very good at breaking things down, and he does that. Spags would be great on TV if he ever got out of coaching, but the way that he broke down things just for NFL Films was fantastic. Imagine what he does for his players, and that Kansas City defense was the difference, where Lamar Jackson probably going to be regular season MVP. That Ravens offense has been high-powered all seasons. They're at home, and you shut them down for 336 yards, 3 of 11 on 3rd down. They basically had 7 the entire game, and also got 3 turnovers. Amazing. Absolutely. He made them play left-handed. And the Ravens, part of it is like, how did you not run the ball? But the Chiefs weren't giving them that look. So this is the best defense that Mahomes has ever had in Kansas City. And what the Chiefs have done with that secondary, what they've done up front with Jones and Karlaftis and Amenu, it's really, really damn impressive, man. So that's why I think this. Yeah, the Chiefs' Super Bowl wins before have been about Mahomes, but I mean, this one could be about the defense, especially shutting down that Niners offense. Number 3, Lamar was ass. Thank you. And I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan. I want him to be good so badly when it counts, but his playoff record is what it is. And Lamar, I mean, stylistically, he's obviously not Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was way more athletic. But in terms of being a regular season stud and then folding in high leverage spots in the playoffs, I mean, Lamar is Peyton Manning pre-2006. But 20 of 37, just a really bad pick into triple coverage when they had a chance to get back in. 4 sacks, and it just felt like the Chiefs' it just felt like Lamar was just pressing a little bit too much, and maybe he doesn't have that extra gear anymore as a runner, but it just seemed like he was holding onto the ball a beat too long, and that pass rush was getting home. It wasn't necessarily all on the offensive line, and he was just trying to play hero ball. He was trying to make up all 10 points on one drive, which is impossible. It was just rough, man. And yeah, he certainly didn't get any help from Zay Flowers fumbling right there at the goal line. L'Jarius Sneed making a hell of a play. Future Viking L'Jarius Sneed if he keeps his helmet on. But I mean, it was just bad. like 10 points at home. Just rough. And number 4, the game plan was horrifically bad. Todd Monken, gets his flowers for being a great OC, OC of those Georgia national title teams, but he's done a great job this year. But this game plan was as bad as Shermer's 38-7 game plan, right? Because it's very similar. Like, you score early in the game, so you got 7, yay, and then the rest of the game plan was just bad. Like, how do you have 6 running back carries? You have the Gus Bus, you have Justice Hill, and you got Dalvin Cook, and you have 6 running back carries against a Chiefs defense that gave up 182 rushing yards against the Bills in the divisional round. Now, yes, part of it is that KC probably gave the Ravens looks where they were just begging to be thrown on, but also, this wasn't a blowout where they had to be in catch-up mode the entire time. Like, they were down 10 throughout most of the game. That's it. But they're playing like they were down 20. It's just, I don't know. I kind of felt that the Ravens sort of blew their emotional wad after the division round. You got John Harbaugh like dancing in the locker room. Like, teams are going to win the Super Bowl don't really do that. I don't know. But it's got to be so frustrating as a Ravens fan. Also, Martin Luther King, as a Raven fan, he's got to be so frustrated, man. I have a dream that the Ravens didn't shat the bed in the playoffs, man. Number 5, Brock Purdy is who he is. Now, that's true for the first half and the second half. First half, he was ass, thank you. That interception to Rodriguez was horrifically bad. But second half, he really got things going, and that offense was great. And it was more than just Purdy's got great weapons around him. Like, he was making some dime throws, and he was showing grit, and also a couple of his runs were completely nails. And Brock Purdy, I mean, this could be the defining game for Brock Purdy. Where if the Niners win the Super Bowl, it's great, but the way that he played in the first half versus the second half, where he sacked up and stepped up, I mean, it was really, really damn impressive. And yeah, I've been in the camp that Brock Purdy is more a product of his surroundings. And we made the case before, hey, swap Brock Purdy and Bryce Young, put Brock Purdy on the Panthers, and probably have the same results. But dude really stepped up in the second half against the Lions. So respect there. Also respect to Shanahan and Wilkes, because the Niners looked dead in the first half. Offensively, they couldn't get anything going consistently. Defensively, they looked very disinterested, and it looked like it was going to be a blowout. It looked like it was going to end up a 38-7 type game. But halftime adjustments, the team did not give up, down 17, and the Niners defense shut out the Lions effectively in the second half. I mean, they did give up that garbage time touchdown at the end, but whatever. And offensively, 27 straight points. You love it. I mean, that is great coaching, and that's something that's something that we want from the Vikings. We haven't necessarily seen, where Kevin O'Connell is good, but can he make in-game and halftime adjustments? And that was also the problem with Zimmer too. But you have to respect, Shanahan and Wilkes. Like, it's going to be a good Super Bowl either way, which we'll get to. But I have all the respect in the world for Kyle Shanahan, as well as Steve Wilkes. I mean, Steve Wilkes should have gotten the Panthers job last year. But 7, that was a soul-crushing loss for the Lions. And as much as we would be entitled to gloat because of the discourse with Lions fans over the last couple weeks, I mean, that was just bad. And I feel like, again, if the Vikings make the Super Bowl again, that's how they will lose it. Like, 28-3 was obviously bad, but of course that was against Tom freaking Brady and Belichick. This one, I mean, Shanahan's good. Brock Purdy could be good. The Niners are good, but my God, man. But 17-point halftime lead, fumbles, deflections, bad luck at times, missed tackles, defense couldn't stop a cold, field goals passed up, and people second-guessed Dan Campbell. He should have kicked the first one. I understand passing up the second one because it was 4th and 3, but it would have been a 48-yard field goal, and his defense, he just didn't trust his defense. All right, so I understand that at the time. Number 8, will the Lions be back? Now, Dan Campbell sort of got in hot water because he was very candid with this team, where he's like, I believe in this team, but will we be back? I don't know. And it's tough to, well, first off, it's very tough to get good. It's way more difficult to stay good. Now, having Mahomes is certainly a great equalizer, but it's been impressive what the Niners have done over the last couple of years with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. But the Lions, I mean, I believe in Brad Holmes as a GM. I think that he is tier one. Dan Campbell, he's a great motivator, like run through a brick wall type guy, but X's and O's wise, will they recover from losing Ben Johnson, who's probably going to get either the Seahawks or the Commies head coaching job? They could lose Aaron Glenn at some point too, but they need to add a corner. They should cut Gardner Johnson loose, by the way, and also. They have about $50 million in cap space, but guys like Penei Sewell, who's going to get paid premium contract, probably left tackle money. St. Brown is eligible for an extension. Lee McNeil is eligible as well. All three of those guys, could reset the market or at least be top three. Sewell will reset the market. St. Brown could be up there. McNeil could be up there as well. So they're going to get paid, and that's the problem with these young teams that are built up is that. Guys get paid in free agency, and salary cap issues come into play. Also, with Jared Goff, he's good, but can he be great? Is he a guy that can take you all the way? It's sort of like Kirk Cousins syndrome. And also, I mean, they've exhausted the extra picks bounty from the Stafford trade. So now, they're back at the back end of the first round. And can Brad Holmes still cook without those premium picks? We are certainly going to see. And also, that's what I respect about the Niners and the Ravens is, well, not the Ravens yesterday, but you know what I mean. But they consistently reload despite picking at the back end of the first round. Same thing with the Chiefs to a degree. And also, when the Niners had a top three pick, they took Solomon Thomas and Trey Lance. So it's almost like they don't even want the high picks, man. It's rough. Number 9, the Chiefs-Niners will be a good Super Bowl. I understand that people are sort of exhausted from Mahomes and Taylor Swift and Brock Purdy, all that discourse, but this is going to be a good game. And I kind of like the under in this game because I think two really good defenses will be involved in a chess match here, but it's going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire. It's going to be a damn good football game, despite all the noise surrounding it for the next 2 weeks. Number 10, the Packers should probably be going to the Super Bowl. That's what's great, too, because, I mean, the Packers should have easily beat the Niners. Easily. And it's like San Francisco sleptwalked through the first 6 quarters of the playoffs, and they finally got together in the second half against the Lions. But, I mean, the Chiefs... It's not the Chiefs, but the Packers had the Niners on the ropes. If Jordan Love doesn't throw that dumb interception, they'll probably go on and win. And the Packers going into Detroit, I mean, it's a division matchup. All bets are off. And, I mean, the Packers probably should be going to the Super Bowl to play the Chiefs, and they probably would be favored. It's great. It's great. And I know that, hey, the Packers will be like, well, we'll have our chance. Or the Lions could say, we'll be back. Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl in his second season, 1984, lost to the Niners, and never returned. The window can be open. The window can slam shut very quickly. And you just be chasing that dragon your entire life, man. But we'll see. Anyways, that's it. Your thoughts, Tan, truths on this beautiful post-championship game Monday. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.